What's up, Flash fans? Episode 9 aired tonight. Running to Stand Still. It was the Christmas episode. We always love Christmas episodes. This one starts out with Wells being chased by Zoom, and he's like, Wells is like, kill me, but don't hurt my daughter. It was, that whole bit was a little, I'm thinking it was like a flashback to Earth 2 before Wells came over. But we'll get on that later. The primary episode story was Weather Wizard breaking out Captain Cold and the Trickster. Yes, Mark Hamill. Yay! I love Mark Hamill. I want him on here on The Flash all the time. But Star Wars geek, so Mark Hamill can do no wrong. Since the Weather Wizard is back, Patty is having some issues because Weather Wizard and his brother killed Patty's dad, which led her to be the cop, or join the police force and all that. We had some little funny bits with Caitlin and Jay, and Cisco basically telling them kiss already because we know it's going to happen, and it finally does in this episode. Okay, under the mistletoe, classic Christmas kiss, I guess. Also, Joe spends most of the episode kind of sad, because he finds out that he has a son. Iris and Barry finally tell him. Or, well, Iris tells Barry, and Barry's like, we need to tell him. So they tell him. He's not happy. I mean, he's not mad, but he's mad at himself. Captain Cold decides to double cross Weather Wizard and Trickster and tell Barry, hey, they're after you, but I'm not going to tell you where they are, because I'm a bad guy. It was basically just to get Snart out of jail so they can bring him into Legends of Tomorrow. But he really didn't factor much into the episode. Like, he pretty much told Barry, hey, they're after you. They plan to kill you later, and walked off. Trickster puts on this broadcast over, hijacks the TVs and broadcasts a thing which somehow Patty figures out where they are with just her eyes, where Cisco and Barry and all them have to use like tech and zoom in and to figure out that they're at a toy factory. So Barry gets there after Patty's already gotten there, and the Trickster has set up a bunch of exploding dreidels. Because, there's more holidays than just Christmas in December. Come on. We gotta give the Jews holiday stuff, I think it was nice. And who wouldn't love a dreidel made out of C4? So Barry gets them out before it all blows up, and Patty goes on a rant, and we learn that it was the day her father died. She was supposed to be the one going to the bank for his store, but she decided to play hooky and go run around and goof off with her friends. So she blames herself. Flash tells her that she needs to, basically accept that it's not her fault. Which she's like, no, I'm going to kill him. So, and she's like, I can't even tell the people who are important to me this. And he's like, you gotta have. He really needs to just tell her the truth. Get it over with and let her know. So, Weather Wizard and the Trickster's plan is that the Trickster gives out a bunch of Christmas presents to random children who the boxes contain bombs. And basically the plan is Flash lets them kill him or they blow up all these bombs. And there's like 100 of them. So Wells comes up with this idea to I don't know if the science is real on this or not, but they find one bomb, attach it to a drone, fly it into one of the portals to Earth 2, and somehow through magnetism it attracts all the other bombs and they all blow up in the portal and everything's fine. The Flash uses his powers, beats both the villains, and saves the day. Like I said, I don't know how the science works on that. I might look it up and see, but I don't think. No. So Patty shows up though once he's got both of them down, and is going to shoot. She like traps Barry's leg with one of the little gadgets from the Metahuman Task Force, and is planning to shoot Weather Wizard in the face to get vengeance on her father, or for her father. And Barry then has to talk her down and is like, you'll go to jail. You're killing him in cold blood. So she decides not to and arrests him. Good Patty. I kind of figured that. I didn't think she was actually going to shoot Weather Wizard. I don't know, it kind of would have made for an interesting story arc had she shot the Weather Wizard. Because really the only person that would have seen it happening was the Flash and the Trickster. So we have a nice little touching moment between Barry and Joe where Joe gives Barry his wristwatch that his dad gave him. And Joe's like, I had always planned to give this watch to my son, and now I have. Which of course makes Barry, oh, hey, nice of you, because Joe thinks, even though Joe now knows he has a son, he still thinks Barry as his son, which is nice. It was a nice touching moment. And then Barry kind of makes peace with Wells, Reverse Flash Wells, not Earth 2 Wells, but he talks to Earth 2 Wells, and says he forgives him for, killing his mother and all this, and that, which really kind of makes the little teaser at the end really suck. But we'll get to that in 1 minute. So, next part, then they go to the Christmas party at Joe's and Iris. And everyone's happy, and they're joking. That's when Caitlin and Jay kiss. And then Wally shows up. Wally West shows up. So we get our first introduction to Wally West, Joe's son. So, hey, let's see if he gets, Speed Force and becomes Kid Flash, Flash 2. I don't know what they're going to call it. He's not really a kid, so don't know how they're going to work that one for naming. Impulse, maybe. I think Wally was called Impulse one point. Anyways, the final scenes are of Wells talking to Zoom. And Zoom, he's like, I finally figured out what you want. You're fattening Barry up. So he wants Zoom wants Barry to get more powerful, and wants Wells to help Barry get more powerful, because Zoom wants Barry to be full up on the Speed Force so Zoom can get more power from him than he is at current. So at some point Wells is going to get found out, and they're going to have a problem with him. It's not so much that Wells is evil, it's just he's trying to protect his daughter. It's understandable, but I think he should probably have brought this up to the crew and at least have them helping him figure out something to do. Because I think this is going to come back and bite him in the ass later on episodes. And that's the end of the episode. With Wells agreeing to help Zoom. So yeah, overall, this episode, for a Christmas episode, it was okay. What really made it was Mark Hamill. I was sitting there and I just watching the episode, and I just was like, he needs to have green hair and a white face and red lip, and put him in Joker outfit. He would have, he even did the laugh at one point, when they first break him out of jail. He does the laugh. It was straight the Joker laugh, his Joker laugh from the 90s Batman cartoon. I loved it. It was great. I was just waiting. I would be fine with Mark Hamill playing the Joker in a live action version. I loved it. I think he's one of the best Jokers that they've had in a while. I think the show's going on hiatus for the holidays, so we won't have another episode for a little while, a couple of weeks. I'll have to check the exact date when it's supposed to come back. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen. I don't know how much more they're going to be able to set up for Legends of Tomorrow, but I really am going to be happy when they're done with all that, because it's kind of dragging the show down a little, in my opinion. I don't know, I just think it's doing too much with it, setting up for that show. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's about all I've got on this episode. So from End of the Internet, this is the Flash Logs, and as always, I'm your host, Xander, and we will see you back in a flash.